Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Watch Dares TV. I am back with another review, and this one is of the new TV show Gen V, Season 1, Episode 1, God You. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video for all things Gen V. And let's get to our review. I thought this TV show was really good. I just got done watching the first episode, and I would say this show is a really good sort of temporary like replacement for The Boys. I know that they got this whole writer strike going on, so we unfortunately did not get a new season this summer. But this show Genevieve is a good sort of replacement for now until the show probably comes back next summer. This show is pretty good. I already said that basically this show I saw from the previews. It kind of reminds me, like I said before, like an almost like an R-rated version of that Disney movie that came out back in 2005, Sky High, about the teenagers with superpowers and stuff like that. This show is basically like the R-rated version of that. Basically, we sort of also kind of got some sort of a little bit of Harry Potter sort of meets like a Marvel comic type of thing going, like it's like a Harry Potter X-Men crossbreed in a way, kind of thing going on. And also I like the fact that the main character is a young black girl. I don't really see that too often in stories. So I like seeing that also, especially involving superheroes. So that's pretty cool. The show starts off with a flashback of A-Train when he joins the Seven. He's super humble, or at least that's the image that he puts on, or most likely that's probably who he started out as, really humble. It seemed like he wanted to be a genuine superhero, kind of similar to the way how Starlight joined the Seven. He starts off humble. It almost seemed like they're sort of going like a young Michael Jordan joining the Bulls type of thing going on when they showed him, with the suit on and his hat. He just looked like he was ready to be one of the next best heroes until we see him in The Boys and see who he becomes. But I love A-Train is one of my favorite characters in The Boys, so I like seeing him in general. We even see Stillwell. We see a flashback of her. Also, we see her during this flashback, and she's claiming that the Seven isn't, a racist team, and stuff like that, because A-Train is the first black man to join, which is already seemed kind of weird that she had to just say that, just had to remind people, hey, we're making sure that the Seven is not racist, even though basically they had Stormfront in season 2 join the team. So that was pretty awkward, even though we know that it was exposed that she was a, a Nazi basically. But, it was kind of ironic that she was trying so hard to make it seem like the Seven is a good team when they got all kinds of murders and all types of crazy criminals on the team. They're obviously more villain than heroes. But anyway, so the black family is, they're watching TV and they're all excited to see A-Train's the first black man to join the Seven, and they're all excited and stuff like that. So the one girl there in the family named Marie, she has her first is that time of the month, and it's her first time experiencing because she's pretty young. So she goes to the bathroom and has, her to, what I mean, basically. And she ended up developing her powers right after. And we see that she has some type of blood bending power. She can like control blood from her own body and I believe other people's blood. I'm not so sure of, but she can like sort of control blood. I've never seen anything like this before. The closest I got to seeing any type of power where somebody can control somebody's blood was back on that TV show Avatar, The Last Airbender, where waterbenders could eventually control, people's blood because there's, I guess, water in blood. So, they were able to do that. So, but anyway, she ends up accidentally killing her mom with her powers, and then also ends up killing her dad. So there's that. The only thing about that scene is that it's kind of like a slightly cliche superhero thing where when a super young hero develops their powers, when they first develop it, they'd always end up involving somebody getting seriously injured, kind of like with Rogue and the X-Men type of thing where, once they get their powers, somebody automatically gets hurt. It's a slight cliche, but still a crazy scene though. Her sister even sees it. She's completely shocked, and and there's that. Also in this episode, they play a little bit of Meg Thee Stallion, her song "Anxiety." They play. I could see them playing that because this is a show about the main star of the show is a young black girl, so they're going to play one of the most popular young black female artists out. Meg Thee Stallion. So I could kind of see why they did that. So Marie, she is now in some type of institute for her powers, and I'm guessing the school is like maybe like Belle Reve from Smallville, I guess, that like some type of facility for people with young people with certain powers, I guess. a boarding school or something like that, or maybe something like similar to the X-Men type of school. It's some type of school she's in. I'm not sure what it is. It's not a prison, but I don't know. It's some type of different school for her to go to, I guess. So there's that. Let's see. We see Maria shows off her powers, of bloodbending powers. We see her practicing her powers in like the old school gym, so we can get a better idea of how this works. Like I said, it's really interesting. I never seen anything like that. Some type of blood bending power. She cuts herself and then she can control her blood like a whip or something like that. I've never seen anything like that before. It's pretty interesting and unique. It's different from having some power where she blast bolts from her hands or something like that, or flying or something. So it's something different, I'll say. Something that could easily have gone to a villain, but it goes for a protagonist. So that's pretty interesting. Marie sees one girl at her school being taken away that she also has powers too. So that's kind of interesting. We get more into that later on in the episode. So Marie wants to go to the Guy U School. This school has classes basically named after old members of some of the heroes from the TV show The Boys. Like there's some type of lamplighter class, and there's like a Crimson Countess class. So it's basically this show, I forgot, is essentially a prequel to The Boys, I believe. So it's obviously before all the original members of The Boys and other teams died off. So you got to remember that too. Completely forgot. I thought the show was taking place in current time, but So this is a prequel sort of to The Boys, I guess you can say. Marie has a roommate named Emma, and she has the power of size manipulation, kind of similar to Ant-Man or I think Captain Atom from DC Comics, I think. So she can just shrink herself down. Also very similar to the Termite in The Boys. So she can just shrink. That's about it. They see some of the students working out in the school track meet. So they're sort of the athletes of the school who all have these different type of powers, super strength, speed, and all this other stuff. They're all just practicing inside the track area. And one of the star students, his name is Luke. He has firepower, sort of like the Human Torch. And he's seen like sort of sparring with another one of his classmates who can detach their limbs, which is pretty interesting. And he can reattach them, I guess, sort of like Deadpool. And he's basically sort of like the star athlete of the school. He could, I guess he's the number one, the most powerful of the school, I guess. We also find out Maria's full name, which is Maria Monroe, I believe, that even sounds like a superhero name, Maria Monroe, pretty interesting name, definitely superhero name for sure. Maria had a kid with telekinesis. Then there was some scene where Maria was outside at night, and there was one kid that was going completely crazy. They were saying that he was going crazy because he was tweaking off some type of meth, and he just completely lost it. He's running away from some people that are trying to take him, and she gets help from this kid named Andre who has telekinesis, who helps her stop him. And he's taken into custody, and he's taken to this weird facility. So we don't know what's going on there. I'm guessing these are kids being experimented on who has powers or something, I'm assuming. So yeah, so Maria finds it hard to connect with a lot of the other young heroes of the school, but Emma, she wants their validation. She wants to be cool. She wants to be with the cool kids and stuff like that. So, because they look like they're going to eventually join the Seven and become huge stars and stuff. So this is also kind of weird because this school is all about trying to make the kids become famous stars, and everything is connected to Instagram, which is really strange. I've never seen anything like that. I would think most schools would want their students to just become overall more successful, better people, smarter, something like that, not just getting caught up in fame and being a celebrity. That's the only school I've ever seen do something like that on the show. But in the world of The Boys, being a part of the Seven is better than anything in the world. So even the school was pushing these kids to become celebrities. And if they don't become celebrities, then there'll just be nothing. I guess that's what they're sort of illustrating on the show. Let's see. So Luke, aka Golden Boy, the guy with the fire powers, he gets a new suit from Professor, I hope I'm pronouncing it, Brinkerhoff. I'm just going to call him Brinks. I guess that's his name. So he gets a new suit, and he's told he's going to join the Seven, and he seems somewhat distracted. It seems like something's bothering the kid. But he seemed like he's going to be a part of Seven. I guess he's going to be a replacement for Lamplighter, because they both have the same powers. And I'm assuming around this time, Lamplighter is not in The Boys. So, Marie goes to hang out with some of the cool kids, I guess the ones who like they're going to become new members of the Seven or any other superhero group. Maria also tells Luke that when she was a kid, she ended up getting a taste of Compound B from her parents, which is what ended up giving her powers, which is ironic because them giving her Compound B, which gave her powers, ends up also being a thing that kills her parents. So that's pretty irony. Pretty much ironic how that happens. Maria wants to go to the school because of her sister. You know, she after she ended up accidentally killing a parent. She wants to go to the school for her sister, I guess, to make up for it or something like that. I have a slight feeling that her little sister is probably going to most likely might become a villain in the near future. I'm not sure when, but that's my predictions for the future of this show, Gen V, that her little sister is going to become some type of villain, I believe. Or maybe at least work with the bad guys, at least. Emma hooks up with some guy who likes her, and he likes that she can shrink, and he wants to do something a little erotic with her, I guess you can say, because of her powers. But we see how her powers essentially work. She has to go to the bathroom and basically has to puke in order for her body to shrink. So I guess she has to get rid of fluids from her body in order for her body to shrink down. I'd never seen anything like that before on any type of superhero show. Like The Boys, they always have a weird twisted thing with anybody that has powers. There has to be some type of weird side effect, it seems like, to it. You know, I've never seen anything like that before. This show, The Boys universe, shows a completely different side of superheroes. You know, it shows you all the crazy stuff that can happen. Like when termites shrunk, got inside of somebody's body and exploded, you know, or A-Train running, you know, having a super speed to run through Huey's girlfriend. It's showing a completely different version of what it might be like to have powers. So that she has to get rid of, I guess, food or something out of her body in order for her to be able to shrink down is something I'd never thought of before. That was a really interesting twist for her powers, because clearly that is very unhealthy to have to be able to throw up just for you to shrink down, and also just to do that to impress a guy. It was a pretty dark scene, you know. And then we also have a scene where she has her own YouTube channel where she, I guess, fights with her hamster or something like that, and people are leaving mean comments. So definitely that's going to lead to something not good in the future. We don't know exactly what, but we definitely know that's not going to lead to something good there. I don't know, but you know, they're leaving mean comments. So Emma definitely seemed like she might possibly be a tragic character. We don't know, but Golden Boy, he seems to also have flashbacks of being in the woods from when he was, I'm guessing, abducted too, like these other kids were abducted. Maybe he was experimented on also. We don't really know, but he's been having flashbacks of that throughout the whole episode. And then Andre, while trying to impress some girl at a party, he, you know, he's lifting some sort of coin and stuff like that, trying to float it around to impress some girl, and he accidentally ends up killing another party goer. Well, ends up slicing this woman's neck, and she ends up almost bleeding out. But Maria was able to use her powers to save her, because definitely nobody else had any type of blood powers to be able to save this woman. So there's that. And after that is over, she's happy. She's getting some popularity because she saved this woman. But Professor Brinks ends up expelling her just so he can end up possibly saving the other students' future careers. Andre, Luke, the one girl, I don't know her name. I should have known, as one that can hypnotize people. You know, they're going to have bigger futures than her, and he wanted to protect their, you know, plans to possibly join the Seven. So he has to expel her. You know, she already has a bad history with her accidentally killing her parents and being an orphan. So he decides to toss her to the side, and you know, definitely Maria is not liking it. She's depressed, all because of that. Then Luca, aka Golden Boy, is still having flashbacks of when he was in the woods, even having flashbacks of this one kid that he must have met when he was, I guess, abducted by these people and sent to this woods facility or whatever it is. So he just completely loses his mind throughout the whole episode, and he's supposed to be like the star athlete of the school. So he's almost similar to Homelander, where he looks like he's phenomenal on the outside, but he has some serious issues on the inside. So there's that. We find out Maria's sister also blames her for her parents' death. She is the one that accidentally killed her parents, but we see that her little sister definitely has some animosity towards her for doing it, which is rightfully so. Luke ends up after Maria ends up getting expelled from school. She comes back and she catches Luke killing Professor Brinks for putting him, I guess, in the woods. He's the one that had to do with putting him in the woods this whole time, abducting him. Same goes for these other kids that have been abducted. So he ends up taking his anger out on him and just fries him. Maria catches this and he chases after her. Jordan intervenes, the girl that can basically, or guy, I'm not sure what this person is, if they're supposed to be maybe transgendered or something. They also have the power to shapeshift. I'm not really sure, but basically, this character Jordan intervenes to save Maria, and they fight it out. I honestly thought Jordan was going to die because Jordan only seems to have the power of shapeshift, and I think it's some type of telekinesis power. I'm not sure, but I don't know how in the world Jordan didn't end up getting fried. Is beyond me. But Luke was able to just completely knock Jordan out of the way. Continues to chase after Maria. And and also Jordan is the second most powerful member of the school. So this is the number one athlete and number two athlete just going at it. So there's that. They battle it out. Luke knocks Jordan to the side, goes after Maria. Andre is the only one able to calm him down, and he's completely just distraught after everything. He flies in the air and just completely self detonates and explodes. Definitely reminded me of the ending of Heroes season 1 with the whole exploding man thing and Peter flying in the air with his brother. That totally reminded me of that. But anyway, and there was that. And it's also told by Ashley, who's from The Boys, that this kid had some type of drug overdose and lost his mind, which clearly we know she's good at covering stuff up. And that's the end of the episode. I gotta say, I really like this show so far. This episode is really good. I like the fact that this is a show where there's not a whole lot of big famous stars outside of I think Clancy from Shawshank Redemption. There's not really a whole lot of big celebrities in this show that I've seen anyplace else. So I love seeing that. I love seeing new actors, especially new young actors, new young black actors too. I love seeing that. This show was really good. I like it. Like I said before, it reminded me so much of that movie Sky High. And like I said, it got some vibes of a little bit of Harry Potter in there, like a superhero version of Harry Potter. I've always been a fan of anything superhero, so I'm definitely checking this out. I really got to say I like this show. The writing is pretty cool. I can't wait to see what the next episode is all about. And my prediction is that Marie's sister is going to possibly might be a villain in the future, I think. Is going to go against her sister. I think so. Other than that, I'm believing most likely whoever is kidnapping these young teenagers with superpowers, I'm assuming they're experimenting on them. That's the only thing I could think of. Is just trying to maybe develop their powers in some type of way, or maybe just to experiment on them. And this show's gonna be pretty good. I still can't wait till The Boys come out next summer. But so far this show's gonna be a good, I guess you could say something to hold us over until The Boys come back. But if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to Watch Darius TV for more reviews of Gen V. And thank you for watching my review. I really gotta say I like this show, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the next episode. So thanks for watching my review of Season 1, Episode 1 of Gen V.